Hello guys, welcome to the channel. On today's episode we'll be checking one of my absolute favorite pedals ever, which is the Wampler Pantheon Deluxe. This pedal has came just recently, about December of the last year, and it is a dual overdrive pedal, and basically you've got two pedals at the price of one. This pedal is really handy, and you can tweak a lot of things. You've got a lot of tone flexibility, and you've got different options, different gain stages, EQ settings, toggle switches, and a lot of stuff. So let's go through it. Now, in the first channel, which is basically based around an analog man pedal, like the King of Tone, but it is not like quite identical to the King of Tone. It's got its own character. So in this channel, you've got these toggle switches on the side. The first one, this one is for the voicing. It can change a little bit of the compression, the kind of the distortion. It helps you to get a different kind of tone, so you can shape it and model it as you're liking. And the second toggle switch is basically for the gain, if you want a high gain output, a mid gain output, or a low gain. Right now it is set to the highest gain output, which is basically my setting, because I like to have one side of the channel all the way cranked up with the gain, and the other one just a little bit softer. So these toggle switches are even available on the other side for the other channel. So you've got basically two channels, and you can decide whether you want to have a high gain output or a mid gain output or a low gain output. What else we've got? We've got two knobs for the bass control and treble control. You've got the volume knob, and you've got a gain knob. Same thing for the other channel. And here you've got the toggle switch, so you can stack them up if you want to go like crazy with overdrive stuff, and you can decide to go from channel 1 to channel 2, or from channel 2 to channel 1, just to give yourself a little bit of character from both sides of the channel. So now I'll be showing you some presets, starting from the lowest gain, from the lowest voicing, and then I'll be going up with all the voicings and show you some setups, and later on I'll give you my thoughts on it, and I'll show you my personal settings. So first off, we'll start with the second channel, which is based around the Blues Breaker of Marshall. It is not a clone, it is similar to a Blues Breaker. So we'll start off with, I'll turn this one off, I'll turn this one up, and then we'll start off. Let me roll up the volume. Okay. Here is it with the presence knob with the gain at noon. Now this one is just for light gain setting, soft setting. I'll try to crank it up so you can hear the difference, and here is it. So this one is pretty huge. It sounds more like a tube screamer. I don't know if it's like a tube screamer, but anyways, it's pretty huge. You can get a lot of tone flexibility. And this one just with the lowest gain and the lowest voicing. So with this one, you've got a soft clipping. And if you go in the middle with the toggle switch, like here, it's like you've got a hard clipping and soft clipping at the same time. So let's start with the gain all the way rolled down. And I'll go with mid gain in here, so you can hear the difference. this one is pretty crunchy. It's good for cleans. Basically, this is my favorite setup. I like to keep it at a medium gain, hard clipping and soft clipping at the same time. Now let's go with the highest gain possible in this channel. I'll start with the lowest gain, and so you can hear the difference. Pretty awesome, isn't it? Now let's go with all the gain at noon, so you can hear the difference. Awesome, just awesome. Now let's go with all the gain cranked up. Definitely an awesome channel. You can do a lot of stuff with this pedal, and consider this is just one channel. So let's go to the channel 2, so you can hear the differences. Now we'll start off by all thing roll down, all the voice clipping, and all the gain stages. Oops, it's going to fall. Anyways, let's start with the gain all the way roll down with a little bit of volume. So you can hear it can be a little bit lush. It's not that huge gainy. If you keep it at just low gain, you can do a lot of stuff with it to brighten up your clean tones, so you can play bluesy stuff. It's really cool for that stuff. Here you go. Now let's roll up the gain all the way up, so you can hear the difference. Now let's go up with the second toggle switch to the medium and with the gain to medium, and see the difference. Here's without any gain, absolutely. Or the gain at noon. And now the gain all the way cranked up. Pretty awesome, isn't it? Now let's go with all the gain set up at high gain and the voice clipping at hard clipping. So this is it with low gain. So check this out. With the gain at noon. With the gain all the way cranked up. So you can hear the differences between the gains, and you've got a lot of options. So if you want to go with an overdrive that you've got low gain settings, you can go for that. If you want to go a high gain overdrive, you've got always that setting, so you can go for that as well. Basically, I love this pedal because you've got a lot of options of tone, and you've got really a lot of flexibility with it. You can go from high gains to low gains, and you can do a lot of stuff with it. So basically what I love about it is that you can stack both of the channels, and this is my favorite setting. I go in high gain in here, and with the voicing I just like to go in between soft clipping and hard clipping, and for the second channel I just go with low gain setting, as you can see, and in the side I just go for the soft clipping and hard clipping as well. For the gain I like to keep the channel to at noon. In terms of gain, the channel 1 is basically my favorite in terms of lead tone, so I keep it all the way cranked up in terms of gain, just a little bit of volume, and I like to keep the EQ at, or everything at noon. The presence, you'll notice there's a presence knob in here, and this presence basically is to help you out so you can fine-tune your tone, because not always you're gonna play with the same guitar, you're not gonna play with the same amplifier. Sometimes you have like a Fender Deluxe, or maybe other kind of amplifiers, I don't know, and you can play with a Telecaster, with other kind of guitars, and this one might help you to brighten up your tone or to darken up, depends, because this kind of guitar in here, it tends to sound a little bit darker. So with this knob in here, it helps me out to shape my tone. For example, I'll start off with the clean channel, with the channel at this one. Now you can So basically you can hear the presence knob always shape your tone and lets it come out really bright. I don't suggest you to go all the way cranked up because it can be too sparky, and just start from 0 and try to roll it up just little by little and fine-tune your tone so you can get a lot of options. Anyway, this is my option for this setup, for this guitar and for this amplifier. I tend to leave the presence knob at noon, all the way cranked up in here, the volume a little bit rolled down. So when you stack them, you'll notice a little bit of noise just from this channel. When you turn it up, you can hear just a little bit of noise. And when you stack up two pedals, it tends to get a little bit noisier, like this. But in this case, I'm keeping this one just with low gain. It's not advisable to go with high gain of both channels. You get a lot of noise, a lot of feedback. It's like basically putting two high gain pedals one after another and crank up all the volume all the way up. You get a lot of noise. I'll show you just now. You can hear the noise. If I roll up here from soft gain to high gain, you can hear the noise. It starts to get a little bit much than that, and it's not advisable. So it's better for you, just choose the channel that you feel comfortable with and try to stack them just with a little bit of gain, and it gives you a different character. I like to go from channel 1 into channel 2, so this channel go into that one because I love the character of this channel. And with this, and basically this is my preset that I use for this pedal. Now if you look at the chassis, it's really sturdy. I love the color. The color is definitely my favorite, a deep blue sea. And the price point, it's about like 290 bucks, quite 300, and it is really an affordable pedal compared to a lot of other pedals. And the options that it gives you, it's like two pedals in one. And if you go for an overdrive, you'll find a lot of overdrives that more or less cost about that kind of pricing, and they don't allow you a lot of tone flexibility like this one. And you find a lot of overdrives that tends to get a low gain. They don't have this wide variety of gain, and this one gives you all of the tone shaping possibilities that you can have. So this is the Wampler Pantheon Deluxe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Comment and subscribe if you liked the video, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.